AITA for telling my SIL she was stupid and prone to miscarr. I, 25F, have been married to my husband for 2 years. We recently got our first home and are officially homeowners, so a few weeks ago we decided to throw a big party with family and friends. We did have a bunch of alcohol drinks and mixed drinks, but I had them separated. My SIL is 3 months pregnant. My SIL has had 4 miscarriages in the past. It's heart-wrenching, and I feel horrible for her. I've always been supportive. She has a form of PCOS. Anyways, at the party I had told SIL that the non-alcohol drinks were in the indoor fridge, and to feel free to make herself virgin drinks if she liked. On the table outside I had mixed drinks outside and in the outside cooler. Long short sister-in-law ended up getting trashed. A week later miscarried. She's been blaming my husband and I since early January for this, sending us hateful messages, spamming my phone, saying one of us must have mixed up the drinks, which didn't happen. When it first occurred I told her I was so sorry, but it wasn't our fault. We had other guests who were drinking and I had made her aware of where the other drinks were. 2 days ago she tried pulling that stuff again when we ran into her while at my mill, and again said it and followed me through the house arguing with me. I finally blew and said, "You're the stupid one for not listening when I told you where the non-alcoholic drinks are. B, for continuing to drink. She had to have realized she was getting drunk. And C, you're already prone to miscarriages due to your conditions. This isn't our fault." She broke down in tears, crying and wailing, saying I wasn't sensitive. I was a horrible person. My mill asked us to leave. My husband and I feel bad for her miscarrying OFC, but she has been harassing us for weeks. SIL texted me off bill number. We blocked her, saying how she couldn't believe I was calling her stupid when her misfortune happened due to my party, how I needed to apologize, and how I've never been pregnant so I'll never understand, and how alcohol feels different during pregnancy, how I was uneducated. Mill is backing her up. AITA? NTA. Long short sister-in-law ended up getting trashed. A week later miscarried. Adults know what alcohol tastes like. She chose to get drunk. I'm sorry, but this is tickling my Reddit conspiracy bonery. You sure she was actually pregnant? Because I've known a lot of people who have struggled with fertility issues, and if they were 3 months pregnant and prone to miscarrying, they would have read labels 5x and probably played it safe by just drinking water. I myself do not drink any alcohol and I've never once ended up accidentally drunk. It's pretty obvious on the first sip or two if a drink is something other than what I intended. Heck, I can't even be fooled by regular Coke when I've ordered Coke Zero. No matter how many times those kids in the McDonald's drive-thru try to pull one over on me. Presuming Bill and Mill were at the party, why did neither of them notice she was getting tipsy and cut her off? I just don't see how. As host, you are somehow responsible for a bunch of other people's actions or failure to act. NTA. NTA. Your sister is obviously unhappy and sensitive about her loss. I understand why she is feeling sad, moody, and possibly depressed. And on top of the psychological pain, I understand that the hormone swings of a miscarriage can also be hard to deal with. But that doesn't give her the right to go all crazy on you. It sounds like you bent over backward to help. You kept separate drinks for her. You apologized. You apologized again. And she just wouldn't let up. It's perfectly reasonable for you to snap back when someone just keeps picking with no justification at all. I'm sorry for her loss. And I'm sorry that she's been taking it out on you. NTA and yikes. Don't let her and your in-laws scapegoat you guys. It's not your fault she's made awful choices and suffered disturbing, but as you've pointed out, predictable consequences. Also, you can taste alcohol in drinks. And you can feel alcohol very quickly. Being pregnant doesn't magically erase either one. And when you are pregnant, or on G, you should be being more vigilant, not less. Completely not your fault. There is no way she didn't know when she was getting buzzed, much less smashed. Obviously, her husband didn't try to stop her. And I've never been at a get-together where at least one person didn't encounter everyone else at least 5 times, and I have a big extended family. So the chances of no one seeing her grab a drink from the outside area are so minuscule. You'd probably need the James Webb to find it. Miscarrying sucks, as there's always that "what did I do wrong?" always at the back of your brain. And that's after you've come to terms with the loss. SIL knows she screwed up but cannot admit that because then everyone would judge her. The problem is, she's trashing you and your husband, which isn't doing anyone any favors. Don't give her an apology, as you were responsible to have the drinks separated. Also, don't give anyone who agrees with her any grace or do-overs, as this is something that could get even more carried away than it has. NTA. But damn, your SIL has some gall. NTA, unless you held your SIL down and forced her to ingest alcohol, which obviously you didn't. You are not responsible for your SIL's inability to control herself. Period. Either she's an adult and can tell the obvious difference between alcoholic and non-alcoholic drinks, or she's an imbecile. In either case, this is a her problem, not your monkey's, not your circus. I'm truly sorry for her loss, as I'm sure you are. But you're not at fault here. It's possible no one is. She's had numerous miscarriages, and the fact that she consumed alcohol a week prior isn't likely to be the cause of this one. I stopped drinking alcohol years ago for personal reasons, and I can tell you I'd know immediately, by either taste, smell, or feeling, if I drank something with alcohol in it. She needs someone to blame, I guess, but this is completely unfair to you. You were attacked and blamed, which I'm sure felt awful, but she's responsible for her own actions. NTA at all. NTA SIL needs to take responsibility for her own actions. She knew from the first sip that the drinks were alcoholic, yet she kept drinking. You did your part by informing her that those drinks were alcoholic and by providing her with alcohol-free alternatives. It is not your responsibility to follow her around and slap drinks out of her hand. ETA. It might be a good idea to apologize for the "prone to miscarriage" comment. While it is true, it is kinda insensitive. NTA. Long short sister-in-law ended up getting trashed. She would have known long before that point that she was ingesting alcohol. It's a terribly sad loss for her, but not yours or your husband's fault in any way. So wait. You gave very clear instructions on where she could find non-alcoholic drinks, and she willingly not only didn't go for them but had the audacity to blame you for it? I can sympathize for her miscarriages and wouldn't want anyone to go through that. However, that does not mean she gets to blame you for something that was very clearly her own fault. Again, wouldn't wish a miscarriage upon anyone, but it's clear to me that she needs therapy and to reevaluate her life choices before she tries to conceive again. Definitely NTA. I'm probably gonna get downvoted for this, but thank the gods she's not having any kids, because she sounds like an idiot. You can taste alcohol on a drink. And if she does get one of those that has more juice than alcohol, the bottle literally says how much alcohol content it has. So she just blindly takes whoever drink doesn't read what is and keeps on drinking. If you're that careful not to miscarry, you would read and be conscientious of everything you put on your body. She's obviously not all there. Ugh. This is so hard. NTA. PCOS makes it very difficult to carry a pregnancy through. You did everything right at the party. She chose not to listen. Get plastered and then blame everyone else when the pregnancy fell through. She's experiencing grief and wants to lash out. Quite frankly, it's entirely possible she would have miscarried even without the alcohol. She has a rough road ahead of her. My friend with PCOS had several miscarriages before she finally had her boy. So it's possible it will still work out for her. Maybe she will be more careful next time and not drink. Who knows? She probably lost her pregnancy before the party, drank away her sorrows, and now for some reason has made it her mission to take out her anger on you. To have some excuse for an outlet for all the pain she is feeling. You are NTA. She's either stupid or lying. Something that stands out to me. Alcohol feels different during pregnancy isn't something that pregnant people say because they don't consume alcohol, so don't know how it feels. That's my experience anyway. Your sister could have brought a drinking cup with her. NTA. NTA. You didn't force her to drink, and she should have realized by label and taste that she was drinking alcohol. Are a bit tough for the last statement. I get why you said that, but it was super insensitive and cruel. Everyone is so hard-lined about things. It is up to you to determine the cost-benefit of your next actions. If you feel the cost of apologizing is worth the benefit of keeping the peace, or the opposite of the benefit of holding your boundaries is worth the cost of family being mad at you. Only you can determine what your cost-benefit analysis will be in determining your next steps. But you are NTA about defending yourself and pointing out that someone made choices. But due to sensitive nature of the consequences, that did not need to be rubbed in her face. NTA. Any idiot can tell the difference between alcohol and non-alcohol. Her issues are not your fault. NTA. You can taste when there's alcohol in something. Pregnancy does change how you taste and smell. But I've never heard anyone claim it meant they couldn't taste alcohol. If anything, it makes you more sensitive to smells and tastes. For me, I can smell garlic being minced 3 rooms away, and the smell of wine and beer is obnoxiously strong and very unappetizing. Hormones do different things to different people. But even if she claimed she couldn't taste or smell the alcohol, she would have been able to feel the signs of getting drunk long before she slurred her words. Is she often a heavy drinker? Or does she make a big deal about how she either doesn't drink or just drinks a specific number? Like, I only ever drink 1 drink. This gives me alcohol misuse vibes. Having experienced an alcoholic family member who kept their drinking disguised, this just really reminds me of them slipping and failing to mask their drinking while in public, and coming up with a bad excuse. I hope I'm wrong. I think SIL may not be telling the whole truth. I've had 6 miscarriages, and when I do get pregnant I do everything absolutely by the book. I take my aspirin. I only drink water. I don't eat anything unhealthy. I take vitamins. I do light exercise. I elevate my feet when home. I have baths that are warm and not hot. I do absolutely everything right. I check on labels. I make sure things are fresh and not processed. The reason I say about your SIL is because she surely would have felt herself getting tipsy. After so many miscarriages, it's natural to be overcautious. Not the other way round. Why NTA? NTA. She had to have known from the first sip that the drink she was consuming was alcoholic. And yet she continued to drink. No one gets trashed with 1 single drink. It seems like she is just looking for someone to blame for her misfortune. NTA. It's not your job to police what other people drink. She knew she was pregnant. It was her responsibility to double and triple check what she was drinking. It's also strange that she would have had that many drinks to unintentionally get drunk and not realize it at all. Obviously she's devastated, so she's looking to point the blame anywhere else. But it's not your fault nor your responsibility.
If you enjoyed this video, please check out our playlists full of similar content. AmITheAsshole is like doom scrolling for your ears. Please like, share, and subscribe.